Hello and welcome to this masterclass. During this training, we will be discussing how to be positioned for profits. I hope you have your notebooks and pens out because I will be dropping some jewels on some key strategic shifts that you can start implementing today so that you can grow your coaching or service-based business by positioning yourself to sell high-ticket services. To get the most out of this training, please be sure that you download the action guide. And my Power Hour promise to you is that I am going to share with you some of my top power positioning strategies of what I have used for when I started consulting and what I currently teach some of my one-on-one clients. And keep in mind that a lot of these strategies I have used and that I teach, we do this without having to generate a whole lot of sales funnels, freebies, or having a lot of followers. But let me preface this by saying that there is nothing new underneath the sun. So many of the things that I will share with you today, they were sound very, very familiar to you, but these are key things that once you have mastered, that you can really start to generate sales and really step into your purpose and your calling. And so today, what I also want you to realize is that with this masterclass, it's an intense training. But what I want you to also know is that you can discover some quantum leaps that if you can master these things quickly, you can quickly grow and scale your business. And with that being said, what I want you to know is that progress is not linear. And before we get started, I want you to first confront what is not working for your business instead of avoiding it. And I'll give you a moment to write that down. And I also want you to think about a moment when you had a breakdown, because oftentimes right after that breakdown, it led through your biggest breakthrough. So I'll give you a moment to write that down. And what I want you to realize is that as you're writing this down, is that your past does not equal your future. Okay? And think about as you're cultivating a garden, it takes prep time to get that soil ready, to plant the seeds, to water them. And when you're going through various seasons, it doesn't go from seed to crop overnight, right? So just always remember that your past is not equaling your future. Where you are today does not determine where you're going to be tomorrow. And I have been coaching and consulting for about 9 years now. But the reality is that I have been in the professional development field since about 2002. And what I also realized is that when you are operating from a place of servitude, you must first be in a place of overflow. Your cup must first be full when you try to provide that service, and you have to provide that service from that level of overflow. And I desire for women to operate in their highest level of divinity, because the reality is that we don't need to be more to have more. What I want you to know is that you are enough. You just need to learn how to package up your brilliance, to market your work and sell your services. It is simple as that. And so what I want you to do is I want you to leave this masterclass knowing exactly what needs to be done so that you can scale and grow your business. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Megan Davis Aderele, and I teach experts how to activate and monetize their power skills so that they're able to brand their brilliance, birth their brands, and build their business empires. So if you are an expert struggling to be an influencer, if you're earning less than $5,000 a month consistently, if you have a small following with no or captive audience, and if you have no social media presence, then this is a perfect webinar for you. Because today we're going to be discussing a few mindset shifts, or what I like to call power positioning shifts, to help you elevate to get you to that next level. And with these power positioning straps, I'm going to show you various methods so that you can kind of close the learning gap for yourself in your business. But the reality is that you are here on this masterclass because you want more. You want more influence, you want more impact, and ultimately you want to have more income. So you are in the right place. And what it all boils down is that your be, your do, and your have. Your be is that you want to be an influencer. Your do is you want to have or do more impact with your works. And your have is that you want to have or make more money. So how would this make you feel? Because the reality is that maybe you've been showing up, but not as consistently as you want to. Maybe you've been working on your little business or your side hustle, and you're looking to step into your business in a different capacity. So you're basically in the right place if you know that you are an expert in your field and you're maybe looking to pivot your offers or your business model, raise your rates, and you're just looking to overall be positioned differently. So again, I want you to take a moment and reflect on how would this make you feel, having more influence, having more impact, and ultimately having more income. How would this improve your life? I'm guessing it will be life-changing for you. So the not so secret is like what I said earlier, is ultimately what you need to do is you need to brand your brilliance into a signature packaged offer. So let's talk for a second a little bit about how I got here, right? Let's just say I thought by now that I would have been on a corporate leadership fast track with mentors and you know, that big corner office. But the reality is that even after receiving my undergrad degree, I have an undergrad degree in rehabilitation counseling. I went back to school because I started working for some nonprofits. And I realized that a lot of nonprofits, they were not operating as businesses. And so I decided instead of going to go get, you know, my MPA or something else, I decided to go back and I went to go get an MBA because I was in a mission to help nonprofits and churches to operate and run like businesses. Because I was tired of being on a lot of contracts and various roles where they could not afford my services. So I was not understanding how you could have a business and not be able to keep people on board because you don't have the revenue. And so after I received my MBA, which has been over 10 years ago, what I realized is that even with me going back into corporate America, from a for-profit standpoint, I found myself laid off on 3 separate occasions. Not once, not twice, but I was laid off on 3 separate occasions. And, you know, I also remember before my last layoff is I was sitting in an annual performance review and, you know, they were trying to get people to stay because they had just announced this massive layoff that we had, and they gave us all performance reviews and, you know, bonuses and packages just so that we can kind of teach out the university that I was at the time. And I was sitting in my performance review and I had good numbers, and they gave me a 25-cent raise for good work, which equated to about $67 per week. And so between me finding out that I was pregnant at the time with baby number 4, so I was pregnant at the time, I had just been notified of a layoff. We had to go in and lay off hundreds of people basically. And then I sit in my annual performance review and to get a 25-cent raise. Let's just say it was belittling, it was humiliating. And so there's been various times where I have felt very, very low. I felt defeated, I felt broken, not to mention being financially broken. And so during this time frame, which was about 4.5 years now, my husband started showing me various people who were online doing it. And so I Googled it. And, you know, at that time, they were telling you to hire a coach, build a funnel, and, you know, trying to basically mimic exactly what the gurus were doing. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I have an MBA. I have been helping other companies build their businesses. And I couldn't figure this whole online space out. And I just was overwhelmed. And then I broke down the strategy. But honestly, at that point, I still was not making the money. And I surely had not recouped on the number of coaches and all the tools that I had in my business. But what I realized is that sometimes when you're trying to sell everything to everyone and you're not giving people exactly what it is that they need to have to solve their problem, or you're not having a solid strategic process, that's where the biggest gap is. Because for one, you cannot be everything to everyone. And if you don't have that secret sauce behind what makes you different and what makes you unique and what makes you so brilliant, once you turn that into your signature package offer, that is what is really going to set you aside from everyone else. So if you're here today, and like I said, if you want to be an influencer, if you want to create an impact, but most importantly, if you want to make more money, because truly the money will come, the reality is that you need that profitable framework or your strategic plan to help get you there. I just want to do a quick pulse check before we dive into the next section to go over these shifts that you really need to focus on, because these are some of the strategic shifts that I'm going to share with you that really have enabled a lot of my clients to sell out their programs and coaching offers, to attract their high-paying dream clients, and to really create their own businesses. So I hope that you are ready. I recently read an article that according to Forbes.com, that e-learning is a $325 billion industry. Do you hear me? $325 billion. And it's also expected that just the overall coaching industry as a whole is about to grow to a $2 billion industry in the next few years. And so let's talk about financial goals for a second, right? Because we really have not talked about that yet. I want to know, how do you plan on getting a piece of this $325 billion industry? So what is your financial goal? I want you to take a moment and write it down. And whatever that goal for you is, if it's just making your first $2,500, if it's making your first $5,000, if you want to 10 times your current revenue, whatever that financial goal is, I want you to write that down. But what I want you to do is, I really want you to soak in and think about your next level. Think about what it's going to take for you to get to your next level. What does it feel like? You see, because when I think about my next level, for me, my next level it's not a specific dollar amount, right? I have financial goals, but when it comes down to my financial planning, even if I made the same amount of money that I did this past year, next year, I would be fine with that. However, I want to work less. I want to be able to take long-time summer vacations in the summer with my family. I want to take out a month at a time traveling between Thanksgiving and New Year's, with my family and friends. And so for me, my next level means that I truly have to show up differently. And so as you are thinking about this number, think about how you're going to have to show up and what you're going to have to change right now in your business, in your personal life. And what are some of those things that are going to be non-negotiable for your business? Because shift strategy number one is perception is reality, right? And your brand basically is what people are saying when you're not in the room. So I have a question for you. What have you been doing to get in front of your qualified leads? What has been working for you? What has been the feedback? Have these individuals truly been willing, ready, and able to afford your services? Because what I have found is that generally there's a disconnect, and it's around shift strategy number one. Perception is reality. A lot of people, when people think about your brand, they think that your brand is your logo. But your brand truly is what people are saying when you're not in the room. It's one thing to, yes, have a visually cohesive or visually appealing brand, but it's another thing when you're doing webinars and workshops and paid advertising, But if it's not in front of the right audience that are perceived that value for you, then it's not going to work. So shift strategy number 1 is perception is reality. Strategic shift number 2 is serving over selling. And what I've learned is that there are some basic mindset shifts around service. Yes, we want to sell, but your number 1 priority is to be of service to other people. Yes, many of these initial strategic shifts that I'm sharing with you have enabled a lot of my clients to do things and to create multi-six-figure businesses and sell out their coaching offers. And yes, it is great to sell, but the reality is that it is not all about the money. The money will come. It's about the value of the transformation, that you provide through your services. It's all about your positioning. How are you going to differentiate yourself from others? How are you going to articulate your value? How are you going to attract your ideal clients? Because the reality is that you have to be of service. And ultimately what you need to do is you need to serve your clients versus trying to sell to them. You see, as women, as creative beings, we tend to overgive, right? But the reality is that we don't have to work harder to truly make more money. What you really have to do is you have to learn how to solve bigger problems and package up your expertise into a high-end or a high-ticket offer. So shift strategy number 3 is your clients have 99 problems, but what is that one thing that you can provide to them that will give them their greatest results? What transformation are you providing to your clients? You see, your package is the thing that you're actually selling. But what is that one problem that you're actually selling? Yes, they have a problem and you have a solution, but what is going to be your process? Because the truth is that you don't have to, like I said, work harder to make any more money. You don't need another degree. You don't need another certification. You need to solve a bigger problem and package up your expertise into that high-end offer. So again, your clients have 99 problems, but your job is to solve one of them. So let's take a second to talk about the power of one, right? Because it really only takes that one person to change the direction of your business. Once you're in alignment with that one person, you know exactly what problem you're going to solve for them. You have your signature program, and then you can package up your processes, right? And so what is your flagship offer going to be? If you had to be known for selling one thing to one type of person in one program, and you had that one process all put together, what would your flagship offer be? What do you want to be known for? What is that one thing that you want to leave this earth knowing that you are known for? That is the power of one. Shift strategy number 4 is one of the most important ones and really related to the power of picking that one person and solving that one problem. And honestly, this is where most people seem to struggle at. And it's primarily due around fears and hesitations around picking a niche. The truth is that you have to be crystal clear on who your target market is, and it must be like a bullseye effect. Because the reality is, shift strategy number 4, riches are in the niches. Because if you are talking to everyone, then you're speaking to no one. So stop selling your work for coins. I want to know who is willing, who is ready, and who is able to pay you your worth. And I want you to stop getting upset with your friends and family for not supporting your business. Because the reality is that they're probably not your ideal clients anyway. You really and truly, you have to niche down. What is her name? What is keeping her up at night? How can you be a solution to her pain points? What are her fears? What are her limiting beliefs? What is her story? Shift strategy number 5 is that sales is an emotional decision. Typically, People make purchases for one of two reasons, either for pain or for pleasure, but it's all based off of emotions. And it all goes down to that problem solution format. What problem does your client have and what solution are you providing to them? The bigger the problem that you solve and the value that you provide, the higher ticket you can command. Think about a plumber or AC repairman if you had to have one of those expenses recently. They're not charging you for the actual time that they have spent. It's all about that service call. And as you are thinking about your clients' pains and the solutions that you provide, it's basically broken down to three things: the problem, the dream, and the reality. You see, your client's problem is a problem that they know that they will admit. The dream is the one that they know and the one that they don't admit. I like to call this one the heart problem. But the reality is the one that they don't know that they have, so they can't admit it. And this is their blind spot or the core of what you will be teaching them. So let's go over a quick little case study. So client A came onto this webinar. She's looking for ways to get more clients. She's tired. Actually, she is exhausted. She's been working on her business instead of directly in her business. She's the download queen. She's downloaded numerous freebies and webinars and YouTubed herself to death, trying to figure out this whole online business because she just can't understand why she's been following all of these other coaches who seem like they are doing it online. She's been watching them grow, but she just can't seem to figure things out herself. But then she saw a new webinar and she's learning that her business model actually sucks. And she actually has not been operating with a sustainable, strategic business building plan. Hashtag her is me right now. Are you her? I have been her. I understand exactly how that is. You see, you have to be a beast at sales. And when you think about sales from a strategic vantage point, and this involves knowing exactly where your buyer is and where her decisions are made. Because sales is not only an emotional decision, but it is truly a psychological game. I hope we're doing okay. So strategic shift number 6 is own your inherent power. You see, all of us, we have specialized gifts and a calling. Oftentimes there's something that we know without a shadow of a doubt that we're supposed to be quote unquote doing, but we've been running from it or have it suppressed. Then look at the value that you will provide and not your time. I heard a quote that said, know your worth and then add the tax. Because remember that your prices are based on your gifts, strengths, talents, expertise, and your vibration, not on your prospective client's budget. Because let's be real, a person will always up level and find the money if it's something that they really want or care about. The reality is that most of us, we have been known for something since we were a child, even if that is talking too much. So if you have to use your gift of gab to package yourself up to be a speaker, then it's time for you to do just that. But seriously, oftentimes our friends, family, or our clients usually come to us for something. What is that one thing that you can do with your eyes closed? You have to build a business by focusing on your gifts. Do not, I repeat, do not build a business around your weaknesses. You have to embrace your evolution. You have to embrace the journey of your greater alignment of where you are right now. And if you're at a point where you feel like you are stuck, then ask, say, divine creator of all that is, teach me, show me, speak to me in a way that only I understand what I have been called to do on this earth. You cannot have a powerful brand without learning how to position your work with power. If you want to get paid, then you need to get this down to a science. So please, 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 start owning your own inherent power. Strategic shift number 7 is you have to embody a millionaire or a CEO mindset. What I found is that many people get stuck in a business model that would keep them financially stuck and won't give them the desired freedom that they truly desire. Research shows that it takes an average millionaire about 7 to 10 years to get to that millionaire status once they have started their business, and that he or she also has about 7 streams of income. So early on, you need to shift your mindset from founder of this business to CEO. Because the number one expectation of the CEO is to protect the sustainability of the company, or that CEO will get fired. You see, for me, I have always known that I have wanted to own and operate a multi-7-figure agency. But I realized that I could not do it alone. So you have to ask yourself, what support will you need on a daily basis? Who will your coaches be? Who will your advisors be? Who are your board of directors, the staff, whether they be contractors? What type of legal counsel will you be? What type of accountants will you need? Who will you collaborate with? How will you invest in yourself on a mental, a physical, and a spiritual basis? Because as the CEO, you have to have the capacity, the time, and the energy to focus on revenue generating activities. So it's about having that mindset early on that you are the CEO of your business and carrying that millionaire mindset along with you. So let's talk about what has been keeping you up at night. Maybe you have been wondering how you are going to be able to charge $2,500, $5,000 or $10,000 plus packages to replace your current income. Maybe you have been wondering, can I actually do this and not have to get another degree or go through another certification program? Maybe you have been thinking about how will you figure out all of this and learn to manage everything with everything that you have going on with your family, with your current job, with whatever situation you have. And maybe you have also been asking yourself, do I really have what it takes to do this? Do I truly know enough? No, this is not one of your other crazy ideas. But I want to invite you to feel how it would be to have clients that are excited about working with you. I want to invite you to feel how it would be to have courses and programs flying off the shelves even before you fully launch them. I want to invite you to feel into having cash and clients consistently flowing into your business. I want to invite you to feel how it would be to have confidence filling every single pore of your being. I want you to take a moment to feel into your next level. What programs are you helping your clients to solve? What courses and programs are you launching? What monthly revenue goals are you consistently hitting? Because strategic shift bonus number 1 is that you have to mind your business. You have to invest in yourself. You have to have a coach, a mentor. It should be a non-negotiable line item in your expenses. Yes, you should have a seat at the table, but don't always pull up a chair where you're the smartest person there. You have to find ways to be elevated. And the reality is that sometimes you have to pay to play. Think about joining a country club. What country club that you know is free? You have to invest in that membership for those perks, right? So what you have to do is you have to learn how to focus on the things that really matter and how they are going to serve the longevity of your business and your brand. And really think about what you will need on a consistent basis. And whenever you're feeling off track, think about your promise or your mission statement. Simply put, you help blank do blank so that they can blank, right? Who do you help? What do you help them do? And what is their overall purpose of you helping them? But I want you to think about this beyond your business. One of the best personal investments that I have made over time is for me to actually hire a housekeeper for deep level cleaning. Listen, it saves me hours, like 4 hours of deep cleaning, which frees up some of my free time to spend more time with my family, with clients. Plus, it's better on my health because I have some major allergies for those that know me. But the reality is that I hire someone who specializes in cleaning to clean for me. And if I'm not the best cleaner, or if it's something that I don't like to do or enjoy doing it, and I have the means to do it, then go ahead and hire someone else to do it. And bonus shift strategy number 2 is that it takes cash to care. And think about, take a moment to think about what you plan to do when your level of finances are elevated. Like, who is she? How is she showing up? What is she wearing? What type of conversations is she having? What are the core attributes that she possesses? People want you to be an answer to the problems. So, what are you here to birth in this season? It's time for you to start showing up differently and to start doing exactly what it is that you were called to do. Because the reality is that we can show up differently when we have the cash or the financial means to do so. We can help change the world. Strategic shift strategy bonus number 3 is you have to believe in yourself and then you have to execute. I like this whole thing. You already got it, so stop trying to get it. It's time to execute, system. You wanted this business so that you could have the benefits of being self-employed. You wanted the flexibility. You wanted the time freedom. You wanted the earning potential. But the reality is this: you have to be intentional, but you also have to be consistent, because success is not easy, but neither is being broke. Let's face it. So you have to pick your heart. You truly have to pick your heart. Are you going to be successful, not easy? Or are you going to be broke and not easy, right? I'd rather be successful. So what do I have to do to be intentional on a consistent basis for me to show up? And that always goes back to knowing your deeper why. Why did you start this business? Why did you want to start this business? Why did you find it necessary to start this business? So go back to your deeper why, so that you can always go back to believing in yourself and finding ways to execute. So do you believe that the information that you have learned today will help you to enroll more high-ticket clients consistently? You see, for me and my company, the Attitude Agency, we have worked with some diverse people from various disciplines. And we primarily work with service-based entrepreneurs from various industries, such as educators and business coaches and consultants. We have worked with chefs and digital marketers, artists, real estate professionals, and healers. And the reality is that we have worked with some product-based businesses in the past, but primarily with a lot of these product-based businesses, they are looking to start offering some type of service-based component to their business. So they still end up kind of being teachers in a sense, or wanting to offer their services to various industries and corporations. And so during this training, I hope that you have begun to deeply understand what it takes to build your own empire. But more importantly, I hope that you realize that you can absolutely do this too. We want you to make sure that you are financially empowered and that you're taking the right actions in order to increase your revenues in your business. We are no different from any one of you. Okay, Because remember that when you are learning, plus you're doing consistently, it's going to equal results. And during your creative process, as you're building your empire, there's a lot of things that's happening from start to end. There is no one way there. There's no true road less traveled. It is going to look differently from everyone. But it's just important that you keep learning, that you keep doing, and then that you'll see the results. So I wanted to ask you a question. Would you like to know more about how I can support you to help you to package up your brilliance, brand your business, and to craft your next signature offer? If so, then I'd like to introduce you to my signature program, which is called Brand Your Brilliance. But the next question I want to ask you is, are you ready? Are you truly ready to solve bigger problems by creating your own signature framework? Because I know that this was a lot of information that we covered today, and I hope that it was truly useful. But I have one question. Are you really and truly ready to solve bigger problems? So in Brand Your Brilliance, I teach my clients laser focus success strategies that are designed to help you to package up your expertise, brand your brilliance, and to launch your signature offer so that you can start building your business empire. And this program is best for service-based entrepreneurs who are experts. And you know that traditional experts have at least 10,000 hours in their field. However you got it, it doesn't matter. And that you are looking to make six figures or multi-six figures within the next 18 months with a high ticket signature offer. This program would also be best for any ambitious coaches and service-based providers who want to dominate and become the go-to expert in their industry. This program would also be best for people who are coaches and service-based providers who truly want fluff-free strategies. And they want to actually get paid their worth instead of people always calling them to pick their brains. And this would be best for people who would like to learn how to up-level their personal brand position in the marketplace with a strategic and actionable roadmap. So in Brand Your Brilliance, it is a 90-day blend of one-on-one coaching and support so that you can stop trying to figure it out and so that you can learn how to position your passion into a profitable business. And it's also peer masterminding. What you'll get is you will also receive 1 6-hour VIP immersion experience, either live with me here in South Florida, or I can travel to you as well for rapid acceleration. You'll get my business brand print, strategic planning, digital curriculum. And then you'll also get a powerhouse team advisory coaches that will also be able to assist you. Let's see if I have any questions. Nope, we're good so far. So if you are actually looking to really step into your power to get paid your worth, not have to take that other advanced certification or go to another full school, because I want you to learn how to create platinum programs and experiences, and so that you can really learn how to work with your ideal clients, then this program will be something that will be awesome for you. And so before we end, I have one question for you. Actually, I have two questions, a two-part question, right? If not now, then when? If not with me, then with who? You see, the reality is that you have been thinking about this and probably putting it off for the longest, and you don't have any time to waste any longer. I want to be able to coach you to your most profitable year yet. So if you are ready to shift and to start selling your services beyond survival mode, then I'd like to invite you to schedule a call with me. I look forward to speaking with you on the call. To schedule a chat with me or someone on my team for the next steps, please visit www.theattitudeagency.com/book a call.